Ahoy hoy folks, good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you are in the world. My name's Sean, aka Uncle Frogface, and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back and Happy New Year to you all. This is the first video of 2024 and it's going to be a little bit different today. So normally I'd have a craft to do or a piece of artwork or be playing a game. Today I'm actually doing a little bit of maintenance and I thought I would talk to you about the channel and what's to come and just some changes that are going to be happening. So not massive changes, more like tweaks, I guess. But first, let's talk about the maintenance. So for Christmas this year, I was gifted this lovely little thing from my in-laws, and if I open this up, you'll see it is a little paint palette for watercolors, and it's magnetic, so it sticks like this. There we are, and then it's got a little clip area down the bottom, so you can clip it to a sketchbook. And I requested this because it's incredibly handy, and I want to get out in the wild doing more sketching, so this is going to be perfect for that. So I actually popped out today and picked up some fresh watercolors just for more kind of sketchy work. So I've got them down here actually. There we go. I've just popped out to Hobbycraft and got a 24 pack of their own branded watercolors in tubes so that I can fill this up. So in terms of this, what I really want to do first is swatch out all of the colours that are in here. There we go. Let's open this box up because there's too many. There are 15 compartments in here, 24 colours, so I'm going to make myself up a little palette. But first I need to just swatch everything out, so just grab a little piece of watercolour paper and just do some swatching. So this video today is going to be very kind of stream of consciousness, me chatting. I've got a cup of tea here, I'm going to be swatching these off camera, and yeah, we'll just have a little bit of a chat as we go. So the last couple of years on this channel, I've really been finding my feet in terms of creating and mental health and everything that I wanted this channel to be, and I now feel like I'm at a place where I can really start to grow. I feel like now is a time to really start growing and doing some extra things and pushing myself out there a little bit more. I do this for fun, but I do have a Patreon. I do work in affiliate marketing with a few brands. You'll know people like Stabilo and Cooliao, which I have a very good relationship with, Ferris Wheel Press as well, and a couple of others. So I've actually started to make a little bit of an income from this, which is great. It's great to be able to do something that you love and you enjoy as a bit of a job. So this year is actually a big year for many reasons. Firstly, in a matter of days, I actually am celebrating a big birthday. Yeah, I'm turning 40 in just a few days. You know, it is a big birthday, and I'm enjoying it. And you know, they say life begins at 40, so I'm just gonna embrace it and have some fun. The other big thing that is happening this year is my husband and I are currently going through the adoption process. So our family is going to be growing, because it may not just be one child we are adopting, but I honestly can't say too much about that for obvious reasons. Got some nice colours going on here. I would love to be in a position where I am spending time with my family, with my new growing family, honestly, and be able to dedicate a bit of time to them and do the things that I love. And honestly, being a content creator is allowing me that. So at the moment, as we stand, beginning of the year, we're just over 1,500 subscribers. I'm gonna set myself a very ambitious goal by the end of the year to be at 10,000 subscribers, because why not? Yeah, that's going to be my goal, 10,000 subscribers. I will continue to do the things that I'm doing on this channel, so I will continue to do giveaways and competitions and all that kind of stuff, but branching out and doing some additional things as well. So for instance, I have tried live streaming before in the past. It went okay, but I want to do that a little bit more. So I'm going to be doing live streams every now and then, so you'll be able to join me live as I create a piece of art or do different crafts. These paints, by the way, I'm just going to show you this. The binder and the pigments are separated terribly on all of these yellowy colours. There we go. You have to squeeze a bit out, and then it starts to work. Yes, live streaming. We'll definitely be doing more live streaming, so I'm able to interact with you more. Also, more collaborations as well, and also just generally working more as an artist. You know, when you start creating content, it's easy to get sucked into, well, I'm a content creator. Well, actually, no, I'm an artist first. I'm a content creator second. So I think I need to embrace that a little bit more and actually, you know, create more art, whether that be for Etsy or just for myself or potentially my own website in the future. Who knows? So something that was very popular is a video that I did ages ago, which was combining 3D and 2D animation in Procreate. Those of you that are interested in that kind of thing will know that late last year, so November just gone, Procreate released Procreate Dreams. Now, animation's something that I love. I've kind of been theoretically learning animation for a very long time because it just fascinates me. And now this gives me the opportunity to dive into it properly and do some real animation. So yeah, we're going to be doing some animation on the channel. We'll be starting out with a little bit of, not a rebranding, but a brand overhaul. So for instance, my little opening animation, that was done in Procreate, just Procreate itself, a while ago, and I feel like with the new tools in Procreate Dreams, I can go back to that and redesign it for something a little bit more suitable for now. Also means I can do additional things for it as well, so some overlays and some graphics and things like that. I will continue to work with brands that I enjoy, and I will endorse brands that I like to work with. When it comes to reviews on this channel, any review that I do is my honest opinion. So if I say I like this product, or if I say, you know what, I really don't like this product, that's what I really think. And the brands that I work with know that. There have been some brands, this is you know, a little bit of insider gossip here. There have been some brands that have reached out to me, and I have reviewed their products, and I have shared my findings with them prior to releasing a video, and it's not been good, and so they have requested that I not put that video out. Most brands are happy for me to post things, and you'll see on my channel there are certainly products that I have used where I have said, this is really not good, and I will continue to do that because I think being transparent with you guys is building on the relationship that I want with you all, and that's one of openness and honesty. With that in mind as well, I love chatting to you guys in the comments down below and on Patreon, on Discord with my Patreon members. If that's something you want to do, then the Patreon link is down below. I love it when you guys support the channel. It really does help. We've been able to do some things on here that I really didn't think I was going to be able to, thanks to the support of different people. So honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you do want to support the channel, and you don't have the finances to subscribe to Patreon or buy artwork from me, or, you know, art supplies or any of that kind of stuff, that's absolutely fine. The easiest way you can support me is to subscribe to the channel. That's it. Just subscribe. It honestly does make a massive difference. Liking videos as well, all of that kind of stuff for the YouTube algorithm We're all slaves to the algorithm on YouTube. So yeah, if you want to help, that is a perfect way to do so. On the topic of helping and growing the channel, I have had several people, quite a lot of people actually, ask me if they can send me things. Now I'm not in a position like big YouTubers to be able to have a PO box or anything like that. And I'd rather not give my address out to the public, as you can imagine. But what I am going to do, and this is off the back of a comment from another artist friend of mine on YouTube, and with the fact it being my 40th birthday in less than a week now, I have set up a little Amazon wish list. So there's loads of things on there. There's art supplies, there are craft supplies, there are supplies for the channel, mics and all sorts. So there's things on there from tiny small things to help to quite large and substantial, and I don't expect any of you to buy any of them. But if you would like to support the channel, and if you'd like to buy something from that list, then I will be incredibly grateful, as you can imagine. So I'll leave a link to that down below, just like I leave links to everything, you know, all of those affiliate links and Patreon and all that kind of stuff. It's always down below. So another change that will be coming up very soon is a slight rejig of my studio. So this here, my studio, is, you know, it's the smallest room in the house. It is my office and studio. It's where I paint and create, and also where I do all of my editing, and sometimes I even do the day job from here as well. But whilst I've managed to get it working for creation and content creation, I think I can do a little bit better. And maybe this is, you know, my age creeping up on me, but I have been getting some upper shoulder pain from constantly leaning over and doing pieces. So I'm actually over here in this section here, I'm going to be getting a proper drafting table so that I can work more comfortably and can do more work in a single sitting as well. So this area over the back here will become my supply storage. In fact, I've been going through and starting to sort some stuff out already. This is a tub of watercolour and watercolour paraphernalia and a few other bits. We can get some extra shelves in here and stuff, but essentially this zone here that I usually work in will be more editing. This zone over here will be more creation. I'm kind of zoning things out a little bit. We've got a TV that's currently being unused in our guest bedroom, so I'm actually going to steal that and put it up on the wall here as an additional monitor, so I've got something to use for reference when I'm sitting over here, but also when I'm playing games and streaming, I've got a bigger screen to look at as well. So there are lots of YouTubers, lots of artists, lots of content creators out there that I really enjoy watching and supporting, and there are a few that I would like to do collaborations with. So I've spoken to a few already, and there will definitely be some really fun collaborations coming up. I've got a making one soon, which yeah, all I'm going to say is it's based around time, so that's going to be a very fun one. But I want to widen my sphere as well of the type of people that I'm watching and supporting and potentially working with in the future. So if you've got any recommendations for channels, or if you know anyone that is open for collaboration, then do let me know, because I think building this community that we've got and growing it and being able to have other people in it as well, that's really what I want to foster and nurture in this coming year. And so we come to gaming, which is strangely, and I never thought this would be, but it's a bit of a controversial subject, because some people think that an art channel should be purely for art and that gaming should be purely on a gaming channel, but this channel is about creativity and self-expression and being yourself. And when I do things for this channel, it's basically an extension of me. It's an expression of me, and I am a gamer as much as I am an artist, and the games that I enjoy playing are generally very aesthetic games, so they fit into the whole art sphere anyway. there is a game that I've been looking at, which actually I'm quite excited by. I've seen it on Instagram. I thought, oh, this looks good, and I know it's on Steam, so I'm potentially going to be playing that one very soon. And it is all art themed and art based, but it's a bit of a puzzler, so that'll be fun. But I've said this before, every time I ask you guys, what game should I play, I get the same response, and that response is Minecraft. Yeah, so I'm still kind of scratching my head a little bit, but yeah, I'm potentially going to take that on as a game for the channel and do some Minecraft, but in an artistic, aesthetic way. So again, any suggestions, feel free to leave those down below. I'm also fairly active on Instagram as well. That's where I post Tuesday top tips, as well as posting them on here and on TikTok. So Instagram usually is a good place to try and track me down if you want to ask any questions or you know, proffer any suggestions, and you don't want them in a public forum and on the page in YouTube, then Instagram private messaging is also a way to get in contact with me. I'm coming very close to the end of the swatches for these, and I'll show you the issue I've been having in just a second. Right, okay, so here are the swatches, so I can let these dry and then go through and decide what colours I want from these for the 15 colours in my little travel palette. As I say, this is for sketching, so I'm not too worried about the quality of the paints, as long as they do a wash, which they do, and as long as they're pigmented, which they are. So the issue that I've had with these, you know what? I said I'd give honest reviews. This is probably why Hobbycraft is never going to work with me in the future. But the top of all of these tubes are just filled with binder. So I'm not sure if you can see there, but the binder, the gum arabic, has just separated from the pigment. What that means is the paint that's underneath, that's at the bottom of the tube, is thicker. That's absolutely fine, but yeah, they definitely need to look at their formula and maybe adjust the amount of binder that is in there, because way too much. I'm gonna put this somewhere it's not gonna get too messy, and then I'm gonna go through and choose what paints I want for this palette. Okay, so I've marked the ones that I want, and essentially I've gone through, I've got a warm and a cool yellow, a warm and a cool red, warm and a cool blue, same with the green. I've got all of my kind of earthy tones, so the umbers and the siennas. I do have black in here, which I don't usually do in a watercolour palette, but I think it'll be fine for sketching. And white as well, with a couple of others. I've got like a peachy colour and a pink in there, so I think that'll be a good sketching palette. All I need to do now is to go through and fill this up. So a little time later and several cups of tea later, I've now filled up the palette, and I'm just going to leave that out to dry. I'll just leave this section out to dry. So when I come back to that, I might need to do a little bit of filling up, but honestly there's enough in there for more than enough for a sketching palette, so I'm very happy with this. Maybe we should do some more trips out to places like the zoo, which I've done before, and do some wildlife sketching out and about. I'll add that to the list of things. So just to recap, this year 10,000 subscribers. That is my very ambitious goal. Continuing competitions and giveaways, continuing to work with brands that I know and love, and with new ones in the future, plenty of collaborations, and of course you guys. This channel is made for you, so you should have your input as well. I'll come back very shortly with a rebranding video, as I said, where we go through a few animations and overlays and all that kind of stuff. And of course we've still got the 100th scrawler box to go back to and do a piece of artwork on the theme of tessellating. I think I might also have a giveaway for that video as well. But for now, I feel like I've talked for ages, and there hasn't really been very much art in this video, which I appreciate. I mean, as pleasing as it is to fill a palette and do a little bit of swatching, and also, as I said, we've got to completely refigure this studio to be a better working place, so maybe I'll bring you along for that as well. But for now, as always, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Happy New Year to everyone, and until next time, goodbye.